Did you know this podcast is powered by Acast? Acast is the home of podcasting. For creators looking for freedom to grow their listeners and make money too. And creative brands looking for smart ways to advertise. Podcasters and advertisers in the know Acast. It's time you did too. Visit acast.com to find out more. Acast, for the stories.
Greetings, listener dear. We're back where we belong, in your ear canal. I'm the one they call Tom.
And I'm Ben.
And I'm Matthew. Yeah, we're not playing along with that, Tom. Come on. Come on.
Hung out to dry.
Loser.
You knew, even as you were saying it, I could see you. You crossed your arms, you like across your chest, and you sort of had an impish grin on your face. You thought, oh, I'm really going to do him over here. But you did yourself, mate. You did yourself. Well, but that's good. This sort of argy-bargy is exactly what we're after, because it's a Beef Brothers Cold Cuts here. Before we get cracking with the episode, we have a bit of an announcement to make about the next Flatshare Slamdown live over Zoom.
Oh, God.
It's you know about this, don't you?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
When is it? What's the date?
Okay, for goodness.
No, I'm joking.
That's creepers.
I just have, whenever I hear it, that fear kicks in. It's like, oh, something's happening. Do I know it's happening? Have I just said yes to it?
Yeah, you have said yes to it. It's still on the 25th of March. It's still happening over Zoom. You can watch it on YouTube if you buy a link from eventbrite.co.uk. There's a slight change to the lineup. Rachel Parris, unfortunately, is not able to do it anymore. So Tom Allen has stepped in. Our dear friend Tom Allen, who has been on the show before. Absolutely brilliant. Obviously, a double act partner to Susie as well. So they do their Like-Minded Friends podcast together. So it's a Like-Minded Friends Happy's Flatshare mashup. It's going to be great. It's going to be really, really fun. And there's a link to it in the show notes. Yes,
In fact, it'll be nice. The last time we had Tom Allen on, we were performing at a festival where they thought we were supposed to be performing for 45 minutes, and we were settling in to do an hour and a half show. And 45 minutes in, we were on the end of round one, and the organiser's going to tell us that we had to start wrapping things up.
Started flashing the light at us.
It was a tough. It'd be nice to have the whole evening.
It'll be nice to have Tom Allen in a much more relaxed environment where we can take our time.
His own house.
And also, of course, he is the one they call Tom. So that's exciting.
Another one they call Tom, absolutely.
Another one they call Tom.
We should also as well say, if you've got a beef that you'd like to send in, send it to beefbrotherspodcast@gmail.com. It's always great to hear your beefs. We had some fantastic ones in recently. Can I read you this from Jacob? Now, we're not going to do your beef, Jacob, but we are going to read the intro to your beef. This is from Jacob via beefbrotherspodcast@gmail.com. He says, "Hello, Beef Brothers. Big fan of the show. Haven't always been. It's been forced on me since I was 16, and my friends have dragged me kicking and screaming into Pappy's fandom. Used to find it grating." I mean, don't pull your punches, Jacob. Tell us what you really think. In fact, I was made to listen. I was made to listen on a drama trip once to the Milk episode on the coach, and I had my friend looking at me the whole journey. The pressure to fake laugh was overwhelming, but now I love it. Look forward every week to the releases. I'm 23 now, so I think it's just been a case of me growing up a tad. Yours faithfully, Jacob from Canterbury. The email went on to say, "I saw you in Canterbury. Here are some of the things that Tom said on stage. I'm not going to read them out again." I mean, in the cold light of day, they make for some stark reading, so we're not reading that bit out, and we're not doing the beef either. But thank you very much for telling us that you used to hate us and now you like us. That is the kind of email. It's better than the emails that say the other way round.
Yeah, absolutely right.
What happened to you guys?
Could you send that full email to me, though, by the way? I would love to read that.
We've got a brilliant Beef Brothers Cold Cuts for you today with the brilliant Anya Magliano. What a treat. Let's get into it, shall we?
Well, if you got a problem, don't call it a problem. If you got a problem, call it a beef. If you got a beef, maybe we can help you. Beef Brothers sorting out your beef.
Right, here we go then.
Oh, is that you? Oh, I thought it was right. Normally, right, here we go then, suggests you might then say something to do you want someone else to start things off, Tom?
Well, here we are. I'm just trying to think I've been technically... have we started? We haven't started yet, have we? Hello, everyone.
No, you don't say that either. Okay, Tom, stop for a second. It's all right. I think.
Should I do it?
Yeah, I think somebody needs to take. Somebody needs to grab the rudder of this ship and start moving us in the right direction.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
it's
everyone.
It's a classic start.
It's
You
a
can't go
good
wrong
start.
with that. Hello, Anya. Thank you for joining us for Beef Brothers Cold Cuts.
Thank you for having me. I was just taking a sip then.
Yeah, I know. What happened there is Tom sort of said, I'll start things off, and immediately threw back to you. You thought, oh, this is a good time to take a little breather. I'll have a sip of water. I'll hydrate myself. Nothing worse when you're listening to a podcast than somebody who hasn't taken a sip of water, started talking. You can hear the little of their mouth.
I have such a dry mouth, and in the first ever short film I did, brag straight off the bat.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hang on.
I have such a dry mouth, and by the way, when I won my first Oscar, what a humble brag.
I've done 2 short films.
It was the sequel to My Left Foot. It was called My Dry Mouth, wasn't it? It's about the plight of a young lady with a very dry mouth.
Is this a press junket for your short films? Because that pivot into the subject of your short films. Oh, McConaughey would be proud. Absolutely professional. Tell us about your short films, Anya.
No, all I was going to say was in the first ever short film I did out of 2, and there could be more to come, keep your eyes peeled, was the sound guy kept telling me to take a sip of water because my mouth was getting too claggy, and the camera guy kept telling me to dab my face because my face was getting too shiny. So there's a little insight into the life of a woman for you 3.
Your mouth doesn't produce saliva, but your face does.
It's all coming out of my forehead, yeah.
What was the name of your first short film?
No, actually, it's so embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing because I didn't make it, and for the person who made it, it was a great project.
Don't worry. The chances are they're not listening. You can be safe to chat gossip on these podcasts because safe in the knowledge that there's not that many people listening to it.
Okay, well, the film was called The 56-Year-Old Boy.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of a film title more short film than that? It's perfect. It's got everything it needs. It's got a number that's old and the word boy. And in that
intriguing.
gap is a world of intrigue. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm immediately hooked. I'm perspiring. My face is shining.
How did you get the role of the boy? Because you wouldn't be the immediate first person I'd cast if I was casting the 56-year-old boy.
No, I was actually, I thought I was playing the love interest, but on sort of, after I looked at the comments on YouTube, I think I might have been playing the daughter.
Wow. There's a suitable grey area. That
I need another
no one
sip.
feels comfortable with.
No wonder you got clagged up. Jeepers.
Yeah, anyway.
Anya and I do some work together, writing around like promotions for films and things
Well,
like that.
famously, you're the 56-year-old boy, aren't you?
I didn't want to say, but I've made a couple of short films, boys.
I haven't made any of them. I've only starred in them. Thank you very much.
Starred, of course. The key word there is starred. Not the titular role, but you starred in them nevertheless.
Yeah, just the character. You're not sure what the character does, but yeah, still the start.
Tell us, Anya, what's your current flat share situation? Who do you live with?
My flat share situation is that I am in a flat share with a lovely man called Harry. We've lived here since Saturday, and it's Thursday.
Oh wow!
Hot off the press,
brand
off
new.
the press and into the flat share.
And how
are you all unpacked?
Oh yeah. No, I'm not this sort of person. I'm unpacked. I really like it. I am like quickly coming to terms with the fact that like I don't know what I'm bringing to the flat share table because oh god. So Harry's he's a director.
Oh no!
Mate,
we know
what is going on
a short film.
Oh god. I have actually got some ideas. No, so he is a director. He also frames pictures, like professionally.
No, we've spoken about this before. There's a lot of
spoken
money
about this.
Picture
Absolute
frames.
racket.
Absolute racket. You could get us the inside scoop on this. What's he charging all that money for? It's only bits of wood, isn't it?
Well, but the thing is that they get stuck together, and if you're lucky, a bit of paint whacked on there as well.
Right. Well, here's the thing. He's picked two careers. He's picked the career of the amateur filmmaker and the framer. One where you make way too much money, and one where you lose a lot of money. So he's pretty much, he's cancelled himself out.
Yeah.
He's cancelled himself out. I still can't get over how expensive it is.
Both of his jobs involve him mostly doing that all day.
That's a great thing for a podcast, isn't it? Good joke.
Tom took his penis out there for some reason from the at-home listener.
That was a Weinstein piece of cultural commentary.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. We're very sophisticated, actually.
And he's also a really good cook. That's the other thing I should mention.
This guy's a real catch as a flatmate.
Yeah, and then there's me.
And so
exactly.
talk us through what you think. So you're obviously you're not making the documentary. You're not framing any of the pictures that go up on the walls. You're not cooking dinner. What do you think you are bringing to the flat share?
You don't have to be so aggressive with that. I'm asking myself the same.
If you're not going to be aggressive with yourself, Anya, I'm afraid somebody has to be, all right?
Okay, I actually know what I am bringing, and that is a darling little boy cat.
Oh, you've got a cat.
It's all coming together.
What's the cat called?
He's called Otis.
Great name for a cat.
Nice, yeah.
Thank you. Really proud of it.
And how long have you had Otis for?
I got him the night after I slept with my ex in June.
Okay. You could have just said June.
It's a good story.
Are those two things related?
No.
Is it like, was it having slept with your ex and then you woke up and you were like, oh God, I need to get a cat?
Can I just ask, your ex wasn't an older cat, was it? And you gave birth to Otis? Please tell me that's not the situation.
I was like, I need to be less emotionally dependent on other people. So can you leave? I'm going to go get a cat now, sort of vibe. And I did, and it solved it. It solved the problem.
You're no longer hooking up with your ex?
Yeah, I haven't had feelings for another human since that day.
Okay.
You swap feelings for felines.
Lovely stuff, Crossbow. Lovely stuff. Now we've started.
Now we're up and running.
Beef from the sorting out your beef.
Should we crack on with some of the emails that that the listeners have sent? Here we go.
I hope so.
Parry, do you want to start us off, please?
Yes. Wine beef from Rafe. Rafe.
That's right.
Fine.
Is it Rafe Fiennes?
R-A-P-H.
Raph?
So it's spelled like... Is it Raph?
It's a typo.
R-A-F-F-E?
It's probably a typo.
No, it's in there twice.
I mean, and it's his name, so let's assume this guy's called himself his own name without fucking up at the first hurdle.
Typo on the birth certificate.
Could be, yeah. It could be a lifelong typo. Rafe, get in touch.
Aren't all of our names just lifelong typos? Wine beef from Raf via pappysflatshare@gmail.com. Get in touch, Raf did, and we got the name wrong. Hello, Pappies.
Hello.
Long-time listener, first-time beefer. The way we like it. Now, the beef revolves around a shared space, specifically the fridge. I had recently purchased a cheap bottle of wine, which me and my girlfriend had consumed half of. Just a couple of glasses at dinner kind of thing. We left the rest of the bottle of wine for the next day.
Yeah.
However,
I'm out already. What are you doing?
However,
what is this?
overnight, one of my flatmates, let's call him Mikey, had consumed the rest of the bottle of wine without asking, but left a note apologising and saying that he would replace it, which he did the next day. This is all so far non-beefy. Totes.
Yeah.
A new bottle of actually slightly less cheap wine was sitting in the fridge, which me and my girlfriend intended to drink later. Lovely. The beef begins at the point where me and my girlfriend went to drink the new wine, but found that our housemate had drunk half of the bottle of wine, leaving the other half for us. Now, strictly speaking,
Totally fair.
He's done exactly what he said he would do.
And he's upgraded you. He's given you a slightly nicer bottle of wine. He's drunk half.
He's replaced half of a bottle of wine with another half a bottle of wine. However, it was my initial understanding that he was just replacing the full bottle due to having drunk the first half without asking, am I in the wrong for expecting a full bottle in return? Or was that my own arrogance shining through? My other housemates, Leo and Donny, are split on the issue. Hang on, is this the Turtles?
I think that's what he's doing. I think that's what he's gone for, actually. Yeah,
That's what he's gone
what it is.
I was going to say...
It's
very
Raphael, Mikey, Leo and Donny, of course.
Very nice. Okay. My other housemates are split on the issues. Please help me, pappies. Should I just call it an even draw, or should I expect more compensation? I mean, this is one of my favourite beefs.
It's a really strong one, isn't it?
It's really good. Cheers, everyone. Raph. Right. Well.
Anya, what are your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts are grow the fuck up. And
Right, no, okay, but about this beef, if that's all right.
Are you talking to the 56-year-old boy again? He's practicing your lines.
I've just read the script for the first time. It's really got something, guys.
I'm calling him Daddy. I don't know what that means. It could be one of two things.
I think my initial thoughts is that in this story, I identify way more with the pettiness of drinking half a bottle of wine that you're replacing. I've definitely been that flatmate in the past, and for anyone listening in adjacent rooms, I'm not that flatmate anymore. I'm a really lovely girl.
It's early days for you to be doing this podcast, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
If your new flatmate listens to this in the first week and starts to think, oh no.
Yeah, it's dangerous territory, but that's my commitment.
How did you meet Harry, by the way? Just a little tangent. How did you meet Harry? How long have you known Harry for?
I met him maybe when I was like 15. It's a really long story. It's probably not that interesting. I used to be a YouTube superstar.
Ah, right. And he's like another sort of a PewDiePie figure.
Sure, yeah.
Is that true?
Oh, were you 56-year-old boys?
One of these PewDiePie types, right?
Were you an influencer?
I was actually, Tom. Thanks for asking. I got a few prods sent to me once in a while, and all I had to do was just pop them up on my gram, and
you were a Vine star, weren't you? That was.
I was on the Vine, yeah. I withered on the Vine, unfortunately, though.
Well, you drank half of it first, and then.
Sorry, you're a YouTube superstar.
I wasn't a superstar at all. I just did it because, like, I didn't really have that many friends at school, and so I thought a really cool thing to do would be trying to get some online. And I saw loads of people doing it. I saw loads of men doing it who were boys, famously, and I saw them doing it and was like, that can't be that hard.
Yeah,
which is also how I started comedy.
Seeing boys do it, going, oh, tell me that.
That I can do better than that off the bat. But yeah, so I actually had I met quite a few friends on there who I'm still in touch with, and it's a nice story of the positive side of the internet.
What was your name on the internet? What was your YouTube name?
It was Anya Mags.
Anya Mags. And how many, did you have thousands of subscribers?
I think I had, they're going down now because I don't post. I don't know who's going out of their way to be like, well, she still hasn't posted, so I'm actually going to unsubscribe now. I think they were around 26,000 in the heyday.
Bloody hell.
That's like a small stadium.
Yeah, and I did all my videos in a small stadium directly to them. It was a rally, actually. I should say this is right-wing YouTube.
Oh, right. You were one of these alt-right people, like a PewDiePie figure. Yeah, of course.
I was the sort of right-wing YouTuber for the girl boss generation.
Love everything about that. Don't understand any of it, but love it all. So again, you don't want to, you've known Harry for a while through the YouTube channels, but you don't want to suggest that you're a bad person. But
no, and I'm not at all.
What you're proving from this is that you can be a petty person.
I can be, and I think I've had like kind of bad flat share situations in the past which have been a bit beefy, and when that side of me gets brought out, I would, rather than like have a confrontation face to face, I'd always rather do something like drink half a bottle of wine and leave it. But I think the crucial thing in that story is that they said it was nicer wine, right?
Yeah.
So half, that's not even half. I'd say round that up to 3/4. It's nice.
I'm 100% with you on that one, Anya. I think if it's a
And
slightly
also-
better bottle of wine and you're still getting half a bottle, you're up there, Raph.
Think of the accuracy of it is they left you the same half of wine that they owed you. It's not like you've had the top of the wine twice. Do you know what I mean?
That's it's a very good point. Yeah.
It's not like you had the top of the wine and then you put it in and then you went to go and get it and it had gone, and it's like, oh, it's like they sorted it so that you completed your bottle.
Yeah.
But swapping in a better bottle halfway through.
I think essentially what it comes down to is, are you a bottle half full or a bottle half empty kind of person?
Exactly, Clarky. Yes.
I think it comes down to Rafe expecting too much from life, and he needs to adjust his expectations a little bit.
If his real name was, if his real name was Rafe, I'd 100% back you on that. I think, most people called Rafe have had it way too easy for way too long. But unfortunately, I feel like it's an assumed name. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to say this though, right? Does there have to be, as someone who in previous house shares have done my fair share of getting in late, eating something from the fridge with the promise of I'll buy it back tomorrow. I mean, is there a tax? Like that's what we're getting down to, is you came in, you helped yourself to someone else's thing. As a tax, like is the unwritten rule you replace it whole and go, look, that's I took that from you without asking, I've replaced it in full. Like surely that is the
that's arsehole tax.
That's that is it.
Well, he never said how he drank it.
He butt chugged it. You know what? You can keep the other half of the bottle of wine.
I think that sort of rule, that arsehole tax, I feel like if I had someone do that to me, then yes, I would want the arsehole tax to apply. But if I was doing it to someone else, I actually think maybe not.
Right. So you don't ever want to admit that you're being the arsehole, but you're happy to point the finger elsewhere.
Yeah, that's absolutely what
That's good. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: if someone eats your last egg, and then they say, "I'll get you some back," and they just give you an egg, right? Do you not think because they ate your last egg, you want a box of eggs?
I mean, it is quite funny to get someone one egg. I think that's better than getting half a bottle of wine. Like, here's the thing: if they ate half an egg and then they gave you half an egg,
that's the trick.
The thing is, the second you it's a bit like what's that thing they say? It like loses 10 grand as soon as you drive it off the forecourt. With a car,
an egg.
The second you open a bottle of wine, the oxygen's hitting that wine. It's going to get better. But then worse, right?
It's a good point, actually, because if you're in a restaurant and they were like, do you want half a bottle of wine? You'd expect it to be like less than half the price.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah, I'll have it for like £1 or something. You're not charging me the full 12 quid for...
Crosby, when you said it hits the oxygen and then gets better but gets worse, that's how I feel about everything I say.
It's better that it's out of my mind, but it's worse that it's in other people's minds.
It has this fleeting moment of, this is amazing, and then people hear it, and then the reality has to kick in.
Everything you say doesn't age well. That's what you're saying.
Bless you. Thank you for that.
It's my pleasure.
Are you
to say.
getting cancelled, Tom?
Constantly cancelled with this lot.
I might dig up some of your old tweets.
Please don't. It was a different time. So
It was earlier this morning, guys. Come on. I can't be held to this evening's standards.
it was the morning. It was the morning after I'd had sex with my ex. Come on. Right.
Your
so
eggs.
I'll buy you them back. I'll buy you them back.
I think basically, are we all siding with the person who replaced the wine?
It's
aren't
tricky
we?
because I think so. The thing is, like, I think it's kind of fine, but I wouldn't do it. So then,
Yeah, I think that's true. But I appreciate Mikey's chutzpah. Mikey is the person I'd like to be if I didn't have a conscience.
yeah,
I think.
and maybe they're younger. As a younger person, maybe if you're like,
Okay, where's this going?
that's valuable wine. You know,
Oh,
like a bottle of wine. It's like, I don't want to I can't just go
Hang on,
buying
you're
bottles
saying-
of wine willy nilly.
Because they're younger.
Well, it means a bit more when you're younger, doesn't it?
Wine.
That's
Money.
right. Famously, no old people are into wine.
Wine is wasted on the young. That's what they say. And you're a representative here for Gen Z. How do Gen Z feel about wine? Is it currency? Is it the new Bitcoin?
Is it? Can you buy wine as an NFT?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know
actually.
what that is either.
Oh,
actually.
okay. I was just reading an article about NFTs.
Come on.
And I was hoping.
Kings of Leon have just released an album as an NFT.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, right. Well, in which case it's time to jump ship on the NFT stuff. Anyway.
As a young, I'm like in that stage of my life now where I still have a lot of residual. Don't laugh at me for saying that. I have a lot of residual, like student mentality of still wanting to buy the really cheap stuff, and not being able to upgrade. Another thing Harry has going for him is that he's really into wine, and he will split the wine. He's so
Harry
great.
guy.
He sounds
Absolute
amazing.
dream.
Is there any chance you could go and knock on and we could swap him out?
Or if I could just swap with you full stop.
It's fitting for the wine story, actually. Just swap that cheap bottle of wine for a slightly better bottle of wine halfway through.
You know what? I felt like I was sailing close to the wind by saying what I said, but Tom, you've really helped me out there, mate.
That's it. It's a classic Parry comment. Out of his mouth it
calling
came.
a young woman a cheap whore, I think is what you said, actually, Tom.
God. Anyone got a chamois leather? It's getting very warm in here. I can tell you what. Whoa.
Annie,
remember what my
can
opinion is.
I just say now that the opinions of this podcast in no way reflect the opinions of this podcast. So I think the thing is I think we've got to side with Mikey here. Sorry, Raf, you got your half bottle of wine back. As long as you drank it, before it went too vinegary, you're fine, and it's a nicer bottle of wine. I think that's beef solved.
Beef from the sorting out your beef. Beef solved.
Hi, I'm Leisha,
And I'm Kate.
the host of Pants.
And we are also stars from the L Word Generation Q. 2 jobs.
2 jobs that we love dearly.
So who doesn't love friends becoming lovers and exes becoming friends and friends' exes becoming lovers?
I wouldn't say I like that in my personal life, but boy, do I like to watch that on television. This season, the L Word is serving up new drama with humor, heart, and a little heartbreak.
Sounds good to me. I'd watch that.
Yeah, sign me up. Honestly, it's hot sex, cold shoulders, warm hugs. Who knows what you're going to get?
The L Word Generation Q is now streaming only on Showtime.
Did you know this podcast is powered by Acast? Acast is the home of podcasting. For creators looking for freedom to grow their listeners and make money too. And creative brands looking for smart ways to advertise. Podcasters and advertisers in the know Acast. It's time you did too. Visit acast.com to find out more. Acast, for the stories.
This email is titled, the naked drawing display dilemma beef from Nora.
Hello.
Sounds great.
Dear Pappies and the guest, I have a dilemma regarding some art I commissioned. I'm a fat lady and proud of it. Shout out to the Instagram body positivity / body neutrality people who shaped my thinking on this. In fact, I am so proud of it that I commissioned an artist to draw me naked. It was a bit surreal, sending nudes to a stranger, but hey, he did a fantastic job. It's a beautiful drawing and my big belly is lovingly on display. I really love the drawing and I want to display it in my flat, but it is, after all, a naked drawing of me. So at the moment, I don't know where to put it or how to address it with visitors. I'm a pretty open-minded person when it comes to nudity and that kind of shebang, but I know not everyone is. I know not everyone is. I recognise Shakespeare.
I know what everyone.
You really hit that beautifully. Honestly,
was I doing it in iambic pentameter?
It was like we had Derek Jacobi reading for a second there. I really was. I was transported back to, you know what, speaking of NFTs, you could work at the NFT, you really could.
I know not everyone is. It's not at all a sexual drawing, but unfortunately, I don't want people to... I lost it there, didn't I?
No, not at all. Don't worry. Listen, don't get inside your own head.
I won't. I hate it there. Okay. I don't want... I don't want people to think that I only have it on display to show off my naked body in that way. I don't mind explaining that it's me, but I don't want to come across like I'm shoving it in people's faces. I live on my own, and at the moment it's on a high shelf in my spare room. Obviously in these COVID non-visitation times it's not too much of a dilemma yet. Any thoughts and ideas on how to display it and how to broach the subject would be much appreciated. Greetings, Nora.
Okay, Nora. Well, firstly, the first question we have to ask is, do you need to get it framed? If so, how do your mates rates? Harry's good for it, you know, honestly.
Harry's good for it.
He'll do your mates rates, and if you want him to film you nude, he'll happily do that as well.
If you want to make a documentary about the dilemma, yeah, absolutely. Harry's your man. Have a nice bottle of wine. So, here we go. I have displayed pictures of myself nude.
That's on the internet though, Tom. That's different. And that really is.
And by the internet, he means your DMs.
The first time I got cancelled. I took a self-portrait of me in the bath. Admittedly, you can't see anything, but it's just like my legs and feet. And I took it like from point of view. And I've displayed that in every bathroom that I have lived in ever since I was like 20. So
you can just imagine the particles living on that. Just imagine that
I mean,
if you put that under a microscope, you'd see planets.
Yeah. I mean, it started out as a colour photo. It's sepia now.
Sepia is in leaking.
It's much sepia than it was to begin with.
There are some jobs Harry wouldn't touch that one. He wouldn't. He'd have to wear full PPE for that if he had to go and frame that. Absolutely disgusting. I've got a bit of paper that I've put in every time I've taken a shit. I've taken it with me into the same room. And would you like to look at it now? Because that's what you're getting if you move in with Parry.
I feel so sorry for Nora that you're trying to draw a comparison between this and her lovely piece of art.
She's had some body positive art commission and you're talking about your little shit rag. Parry, for God's sake, mate. Oh, don't worry, I've got a little piss platter you can talk about. Parry, for goodness sake, mate. Let the poor woman have her moment.
Oh man, look, I'm just saying the bathroom.
The bathwater's curdled, hasn't it?
I could take a picture of it and we could put it on the in the show notes next to our short film.
We're not putting that cursed image up on the show notes. There's no way.
Well, the 40-year-old boy. Here's my 40-year-old boy.
No, quick. Let's end the call.
Absolutely no. There's no way. No, Parry, no. I you know they keep talking about the new variant. I have a feeling that's the next new variant's going to spring out of your bog, mate.
Oh man, that's really tickled me. Well, look. Anyway, all I'm saying is the bathroom isn't a bad display for it because your friendlier visitors use your bathroom. Your cold callers don't necessarily use your bathroom.
Good call.
Cold callers don't use any of your room.
Well, no. But you know
What's
what
that
I mean?
parcel? Come on in.
Come on in, get in the bath with me.
Anyone in the bathroom, you know the rules.
Can I get your fingerprint on this photo, please? like what I'm saying is, like your mateier friends will use your bathroom, right? It's kind of a sign of endearment, isn't it? When you're around someone you like's house, you use their bathroom, and the bathroom, well, sort of, intimacy.
Do you know what? I like you so much. I'm going to shit in your house.
I like you so much. I'm going to have a shower.
Well, that one holds up. That one's fair.
But like the bathroom is a place where bodies are kind of, so it's less like.
That's where the bodies are buried, is what he's trying to say.
It's less in your face. It's kind of a place where nudity happens and things like that. So it's on theme for the bathroom. So I would recommend hanging it in the bathroom because the visitors who are familiar enough to use your bathroom will see it. It feels of a place. It doesn't feel like I'm sticking it above my mantelpiece. I want you to see me nude.
Parry, I'm going to go one step further than that. I think it's a good start, but I think you picked the wrong room. I think the bedroom is the most 100%. Intimate room in the house. So if you're invited, like, for example, our postman used our bathroom, right? Because he was on his round. He didn't have anywhere to go at the loo, and he was like, "Do you mind if I do it up against the side of your car?" And I said, "Actually, just come inside the house." So at least he asked. He's a very polite man. I think the people I allow into the bedroom are even more rarefied than the people I allow into the smallest room in the house.
Bedroom's too far. Just the Amazon guy.
Milky's been in, yeah, of course he has.
You know when the Amazon guy says, "Can I take a picture of this to prove it's been delivered?" Oh yeah. But you don't want it in the hallway.
Let's do it tastefully.
Get one of me on the bed.
Just protecting your modesty. I don't think enough people will go in the bedroom. I think the bathroom's like the happy medium.
I see. So you want people you want people to see it, but I think the right people go into the bedroom.
I think Nora wants people to see it as well.
No. Yeah. I think you're right. I think the right people go into the bedroom. It's not. I think the step into the bedroom is definitely you're definitely mates. It's not going to be. It's not the kind of people you would let into the bedroom. It's not going to weird them out. And if that's Nora's worry, if that's her anxiety, then. I think
how are you getting your mates into your bedroom in a way that's not come and have a look at this picture?
Come and have sex.
I mean, I guess if you're having
you have to start having sex with all your friends just to get them to see this photo.
No.
Going down a weird route.
If there's people around your house, firstly, if they're around your house and you're doing the tour, you show them into the bedroom.
Get in the bed, quick nap.
Exactly.
It's a big tour.
If there's a party,
how big's your flat, Anya? Harry's doing really well on those framings, isn't he?
But if it's a party, your friends would come into your bedroom and hang out. I think that's. I feel like it's a more intimate room than the bathroom. I reckon.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's too intimate for
me. But you think it's too intimate? You don't think enough people are going to get a chance to see it?
Exactly. Yeah. I think you want. I think part of what Nora's after is. I think the kind of people who are going to sit in your bedroom are the kind of people who you'd say anyway, "Look at this picture of me naked."
Yeah.
Whereas I think the people who are seeing it in the bathroom are going, "Oh wow, look at that! That's a beautiful body on display." Hang on a minute. If that might be the woman whose house I'm having a shit in, it might be her. I don't know, but it's like that. Like
you know her slightly better than who is this woman?
Why am I in her bathroom? Help!
The opening sequence of Saw.
Anya, I saw a picture. Anya, what are your thoughts on this? Have you ever been painted or been drawn?
I feel like I want to say yes because that sounds really cool and impressive, but I don't think I have. But if anyone wants to, no problem. I'll be there. ready to be drawn.
Great.
Just knock on the old door. We'll go to the bedroom.
It can only be a short portrait, though, isn't it? You only make shorts of, it's got to be a kind of...
You'll be wearing shorts.
I'll be wearing shorts. I like the idea of the bathroom, but my worry is, and I do worry about this, is the bathroom too small and wet? Even if you've got a good frame, like from my friend Harry at Harry's Frames on Instagram, why am I promoting someone else instead of me?
Yeah.
Bleep that out.
I think he's called Harry. He makes frames. We can work out what his company's called.
I just think, like, in my bathroom at least, and I know that's not what the question is, but I can't think of a wall that it would go on, because most bathrooms are like
damp
and
you don't want it to run, do you?
No,
I guess
if it's a treasured artistic artifact, which it sounds like it is, you want to keep it in a room that's it's not going to get damp.
Okay,
there's no places up in the
toilet that isn't a shower room as well.
I guess
would you prefer
like,
that, Tom?
like a downstairs bathroom or something that might just be a toilet cubicle
I think I've got a new take on this that might solve our problem.
Okay.
I think the thing that Nora might be wanting to avoid is that feeling of sitting with someone, looking at it whilst you're sat next to them looking at it. I think it needs to be somewhere where there's movement involved. I think a hallway
on a car,
or a landing, or on the stairs, or in a car. Yeah.
No, because then my post will piss against it.
The windscreen of your car. But here's the twist: facing inward.
Yes.
Interesting.
Very clever.
On the stairs is my new pitch for that, because people will get to enjoy it, but you're never going to be next to them sitting there just looking at it. Like imagine trying to have a conversation with someone and you know that in their eye line is you and a picture of you nude, and they're having to process all of those things whilst talking about your holidays.
It is very difficult. It is very difficult, this, because I can't help but picture where I live for it, which I imagine you're doing.
Yeah.
So for me, the stairs.
I'm picturing,
We're all picturing Clarky's flat at the moment.
Yeah. For me, the stairs it's a joint area.
It's a communal area.
It's a bold goal. It's almost as bold as the car.
I'd say a hallway or a stairs, somewhere where there's passing involved. That isn't going to be sitting
the passing involved in the old
bathroom.
Yeah,
that's it exactly. So I think that's the answer: hallway or stairs. I don't think it's a bad solution.
I like that. The only thing with hallway is it's the first thing. It's the first thing you see. It's bold material to be opening with, right?
Yeah. It is.
It's strong material to lead with. The other thing as well is if you're. If, for example, you've got a naughty step in your house, it adds a whole new dimension to the naughty step, doesn't it? It makes the naughty step really naughty. No, I'm only messing around. No, it's not. It's art. It's not smut.
I have a quick thought.
Go on,
if I may.
Yeah, of course.
You must.
Of course, you may.
If you have money to get a portrait of yourself commissioned, you must live in a palace. Sure. So hang it up in one of the sort of chamber room. No, that's toilet, isn't it? Hang it up in one of the entertainment rooms, or you'll definitely have a few hallways knocking around.
The billiard room, the billiard hall.
Billiard room.
We definitely want put people off their game a little bit.
Above the bar.
The other thing I was thinking is you could, again, going back to that kind of the idea of the palace. When the Queen unveils something. Perhaps you could have a little curtain made with a bit of string that you could, it could be the next step of friendship. So you're sitting in the room, they'll go, oh, what's that little curtain up there, up above your mantelpiece? And you go, oh, don't worry about that. It's just there when I moved in. And then, a couple of glasses of wine later, you go, you know what? I think we're fast friends now. Pull a little string and there's a nude picture of you. And if you want to go one step further, you can have a little string on your clothing that opens up your clothing. That's the next step of the. So you know your little jerkin comes apart.
You're making a mirror, is what you're doing with that.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly right. It's not a bad idea.
I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
I love
beef
that.
solved.
Yeah.
Beef solved.
Beef from the sorting out your beef. Beef solved.
Rubbish dumping beef from Callum via puppiesflatshit@gmail.com. Get in touch. Hi.
Get in touch.
I would like to remain anonymous. Oh dear. Oh, but you could call me Callum. Okay, fine. Callum,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I think I like to remain anonymous, but I've given you a pseudonym, so that's fine.
Great. I live in a student flat on the top floor of a Glasgow tenement building.
Oh, yes. Love it. Love those buildings.
Lovely.
Long way to go though. At the end of the night.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's one of the stone buildings in Scotland. If you're staying up at the Edinburgh Fringe and you've hired one of those, you've rented one of those places, and you know when you get there on the first day and you realise you're on the 7th floor, and you think I'm going to be coming back at 4 a.m. pissed out of my mind.
Or you're traipsing up your props on the first day.
Oh yeah, great news! The flyers have arrived at our flats. Oh, and they're it's all right. There's only 50 boxes, and they only weigh each one of them weighs a ton. Oh, great!
God. Yeah.
God, I miss it.
Yeah, I know.
The worst bit of that is lugging them back down again at the end because you've only given away a third.
To find a bin to put them in. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and the worst thing is we were in a Glasgow tenement building, our first Fringe, weren't we? So not only was it a long walk up and down the stairs, it was an even longer walk to the venue.
Not getting rid of many flyers. Right.
Yes, Callum goes on.
Yeah.
We have one flatmate, let's call him Jim, who is too lazy to take the rubbish from his room to the kitchen bin, let alone all the way downstairs and through the shared garden to the bin area by the back lane. Eesh. However, he appears to have started lobbing his rubbish from his bedroom window. Oh, Jim. Oh, Jimmy boy. Jimmy lad. Over the shared garden and into the general direction of the bins, with mixed success in terms of hitting his target. That's the problem with that, see. I was definitely like, Jim, what the fuck are you doing? But if the first time it occurs to you, you get it in the bin, you're gonna be hard pushed not to try every time then.
Yeah. What's happened here is Jim's seen that Michael Jordan documentary, hasn't he? He's watched that over lockdown. He's thought, anyone could do that, right? Anyone could do that.
Of course. Jump shot. Spinning jump shot.
Don't jump if you're trying to get it through the window.
I mean, I'm not good at it myself, but at least it doesn't end up in the garden.
We don't know who's doing it, but we assume it's Jim because he's currently lying in the garden with his back broken.
Right, okay. So
the first we found out about this was when an angry neighbour pushed a load of mouldy orange peels through the letterbox with a note telling us to stop throwing things out the window. No, Jim, bad. Jim denies that it's him, but it's only his room and mine which overlook the gardens, so I know for sure who it is. It's also totally in his character for him. I suspect he also pisses out of the window into the gutter. Oh, Jim, you rotter! Jim, hell, where's your toilet? Is that down in the garden as well?
There's one of these. It seems to be one of these every show, but we've got to push the move out button, right? Haven't we? If you've got someone who's got little piss turrets coming down the side of the, we
should clarify though. Is Jim Elizabethan? Because that might explain a lot. If he's Elizabethan, then you kind of have to let him off, don't you, really?
Pissing in the gutter, ordering turkeys from his bedroom window. We have confronted him, but he has lied to our faces. How can we stop him from being a filthy, disgusting pig? Thank you, Callum from Glasgow. Thank you, Callum. Bloody hell, how do you stop him?
Well, this one's interesting because this isn't a who done it. It's a what now done it.
That's a good short film genre, Tom. I like it.
What now?
It's someone walking down the carriage of the Orient Express going, right, I stabbed him. What do I do now, Poirot? Help me out, mate.
So it's not a question of whether he's guilty or not, but it's like, what's the prevention for filthy Jim?
Well, it is a question of it's drawing him out of himself. It's getting the admission of guilt that we need. So what you've got to do is you've got to catch him at it. You need to create some sort of either you need to put now. You know the old prank that people play, right? When they would put cling film over the toilet seat, you wouldn't notice and it would spray back in. You need to basically do something like that just over the window, right? So that when you see him going up with his oranges, his dirty little oranges that he's going to go and eat in his bedroom, dirty Jim. Those oranges he's going to turn into pure piss. Piss right out.
His orange piss.
Tango piss Jim.
Old Tango piss himself.
Yes.
Honestly, I'll absolutely curdle my photograph like Tango piss.
So when you see him going up there, what you want is to be out. You put something over the window, some sort of bit of. Cling film would work. I don't quite know how you'd attach it. You have to work that out.
Cling film the window. It was exactly my idea as well. Cling film the window.
He throws it out. It flies back in his face. You hear him going, ugh. You run in and you go, right, Jim, why are you lying on the floor with orange peel all over your face? It's because you're the one. You're the phantom thrower. We know it's you. You've got to catch him in the act.
Piss-handed in the face.
Piss-handed, exactly, yeah. Even worse if he goes for the piss as well. That's what you want. A little bit of cling film under the window that's just going to spray it straight back at him.
Nail the window shut.
And the door.
Chop off his hands. Just nail him in.
Brick him into his room. Brick the bastard in.
Like Thomas the Tank. Like, was it Henry in Thomas the Tank Engine who bricks himself into the tunnel?
Oh yeah, I think they brick him in. I don't think he bricks himself.
That was the one where the Reverend said, J.G. Ballard, you can write one if you want. And he's like, oh, right, I've got quite a good idea.
Did he brick himself? I thought he bricked it. I thought it was self-imposed, and he bricked himself.
They don't have opposable thumbs, do they? Trains? How are they bricking?
They don't have faces either, mate. It's Thomas the fucking Tank.
Yeah, but Henry does have a face, but he doesn't have opposable thumbs, right? He definitely has a face. All he could possibly do is speak to some people coming, what ho hod carrier, come over here and brick in the, I don't think he could brick him in himself. Anyway, Henry's not on trial.
Yeah, okay. Nail his door and his window shut and then see how the fuck he likes it.
I think cling film is first port of call.
Yeah, if cling film doesn't work.
Cling film
round his head. Wrap cling film round his head. And nail his door shut.
The other thing you could do is you could, and this is a bit creepier, but you could.
Now I'm interested.
You could set up a camera by the bins pointing up towards the windows, which I know is not really it's not really on, but it is your own property.
If we only knew someone who lives with a filmmaker.
Get Harry.
Oh, yes.
And then Harry can frame him.
Yes! Oh, it all fits together.
You've been framed.
Oh, my God.
Really
Harry's
good.
the answer to all of our problems.
Okay, I'm also here still.
Who's that?
Beef solved.
Beef from the sorting out your beef.
Solved. So, Anya, have you got... I mean, it's early doors to say with Harry.
I've got one.
You've got... Okay, all right. Here we go.
Hey, whoa,
It's going to be hard getting us to side with you because you know how much we love Harry.
No, it's not with him. It's not with him.
It's not with him. Okay, of course it isn't.
It's not with him. And also, his role in this story also is perfect for everything I've told you about him so far.
Great.
So, I moved in here on Sunday, so 4 days ago, and I feel like this has two prongs to it. I feel like the neighbours, the neighbours are already not a fan of me.
No.
For two reasons. The first reason, and there's no other way to say this, is that I accidentally punched through a window.
Okay. All right.
Were you trying to throw your orange peel into the bin?
Talk us through how you punched through a window.
They cling film with the glass.
Did you think it was cling filmed? You're not fooling me that easy, Harry. Oh God.
No, so basically, it hasn't been lived in for a while, and a lot of the doors and stuff don't close properly, and a lot of the windows don't open properly. But some of them are painted shut.
Have you broken into a flat?
Yeah, I'm squatting.
Yeah. Okay, now it makes sense.
And so basically, what was happening was I just had my morning shower, if I can be so bold, and I was like, this room's a little steamy. I'm going to open up the window. Started pushing it, my fist just went straight through the window.
Whoa.
And I was like
Apocalypse Now? Did you?
Yeah.
Were you
my
bleeding?
first thought was, I'm so fucking cool. That's the most badass thing I've ever done in my life.
That's pretty badass.
And I only had one cut. I got away with just that, which isn't that bad.
That's not too bad. No. Anna's holding up a severed finger there, you should just say.
No. But the problem is that goes onto a shared garden with all the other neighbours. So they just saw loads of glass, which isn't that bad. But then the guy who came to fix it got into beef with the other neighbours, because he parked in one of their parking spaces and used one of their chairs to re-glass the window.
You should have used glass.
Anyway.
Just like a chair straight through it.
Just sellotape protect chair over
hardly a fix-it job, but it'll hold, certainly.
Harry must have been fuming. I could have done that.
He works with glass.
Okay, so that was on Tuesday morning.
Already a bad start.
And later on that Tuesday, I was just having a bad day. I was feeling really tired. So I was just sitting in my bed, just lying in my bed. And I heard some voices outside the window. My bed is right by the street. And it was these women talking about my cat, Otis, from earlier in the podcast. Mm-hmm. You remember him?
Of course.
Because he was sitting there as well. And they were like, yeah, he's got the white nose. And basically what's happened is there are loads of missing posters for a missing cat all around my street, and the cat looks really like Otis.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
And I've just moved in, and now people think I've stolen a cat and punched a window.
You're cat thief window puncher.
And these women were outside. This was actually really insane behaviour from me, but I had no other choice. Because I was lying in my bed, I sat up to see them outside my window. So they were faced with a pop-up human.
You look like the Undertaker when
Unfortunately, in sitting up, you smashed your head through the window, didn't you?
Straight through the window. Your chair fell off.
The chair, like the Undertaker would.
And so I one of them came to the door, and I was like, look, it's not my cat. No, I said it is my cat. It's my cat.
That's quite an incriminating thing to say.
That was your first mistake. Yeah.
You said it's not my cat, and then you smashed a pane of glass over their heads and ran away.
What are you going to do about it?
So I said, look, I know they look really similar, but I've just moved in. It's my cat. Fuck off. No, and the thing is that the woman who was there had been told by another woman, and neither of those two women are the owners of the cat. They just all know each other. So I get the feeling there's a real tight-knit community vibe around here, and they're not friends with me. But the twist of this is that they all love Harry.
Of course they love Harry.
Of course they love Harry.
Of course they love Harry. He's great.
One of them's been fucking gardening our front. We've got a little flower bed out front, and when he got here before me, and when he got here, she was in the flower bed gardening, and she was like, oh yeah, I've just been looking after it whilst I was living here. He's had a lovely chat with her. He's had a lovely chat with the other one whose chair I've used. I'm the villain of the piece, and I don't know how to sort that out.
I've got a bold. I think I know what's going on here.
Misogyny.
I think Harry might be secretly a sociopath who has put up posters of your cat saying someone's nicked this cat.
Oh, wow.
And then he gets to create you as like the villain of the and then he gets to swan in and be Mr. Nice Guy. And he's framed. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, you know,
what?
You could see that.
I didn't hear anything.
I'm just going to ask you a very simple question, Anya. Those cat posters that are hanging up around the neighbourhood, are they framed? Because he might have given himself away there, that's all. If they're framed.
Oh my god.
I think we know what's going on.
I think you've got to get rid of Harry. Yeah, I think you're right.
Kill
Harry.
Harry.
I think you're
We've
absolutely
gone on
right.
a journey here.
What a
We really
narrative
have.
arc. This is like
Yeah.
Nanette.
That's what
I think people have said that about our podcast before.
Kill Annette as well. Yeah.
Could
A spree. Go on a spree.
could you though train Otis to kill Harry? Because you don't want to have blood on your hands, and unfortunately, with this podcast going out, there's a paper trail. It leads directly back to you.
Just bleep me out.
We'll bleep you out. We'll bleep any reference to Harry out. No one will know any
And
of
of
that
course,
stuff.
as usual, we'll be bleeping all the Tom out as well.
And it is
what
a
we have to
paper
do
trail, we
nowadays.
should say. We do release this podcast as a newsletter.
I've actually heard we can get our podcast framed. Very reasonable rates. If someone found through Instagram.
Can you edit me in post?
Yeah. If you want to, just for the rest of the evening, just record yourself saying other things. We'll patch them in throughout the show. I mean, is there a way of you doing a charm offensive though? Like, do you think you can become, it's early days, literally, in your relationship with these women? Can you not, bake something and take it round as a sort of a little apology? Can you not give
Bake the cat into
Bake the cat, exactly, yeah. Bake a little
Told
pie
you.
with a cat's tail sticking out of it. But
half a bottle of wine?
A lovely half bottle of wine, exactly, yeah. I think you just have to really lay it on thick with these guys. Is there also a way of you saying, look, I appreciate this looks a lot like the cat, but...
So I sent them a text. They had their number on the poster, and I sent them a very crafted text. I was trying to get that cat as well. And I sent them a message saying, like, look, I'm really sorry to hear about your cat. I've just moved here. My cat looks a lot like yours, but there are some crucial differences. I didn't actually say that, but that would be quite harsh and mean. And I'm perfect. And they haven't replied.
Oh my God.
Which now makes me feel bad because I feel like I'm rubbing it in their face, being like,
I've got
a cat.
Yeah. And also the crucial difference is my cat's wearing a hat, yours isn't. And they're like, well, that you could have popped that hat on the cat recently.
Yeah.
I know.
But it really suits him, so could I found one like that quickly? Something to think about.
It is something to think about.
Maybe I lose my cat in solidarity.
How attached to Otis are you? How attached to your ex are you is the bigger question.
I was going to say, your ex would love to hear you be saying that. Hang on, wait a minute, she's ditching the cat. I'd better have a shower.
What?
a very valid what there.
It is a very good question, yeah.
Yeah. We've got a new beef to solve, and the beef is what?
What, Tom?
Say that again. Say that again to my face.
I'm not sure this beef can be solved. Has anyone got a chamois leather, please?
But no, I think bake them some cakes, be really nice to them, always say hello when you see them, and of course have a shower.
and kill Harry.
Kill
Oh, yeah,
Harry,
of course,
that's it.
kill Harry, that one's...
Well, beef solved.
Beef from the sorting out your beef. Solved.
Thank you so much. That's perfect. You solved everything.
You're more than welcome. Anya, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It's been really fun having you on.
Thank you for having me.
It's been an absolute
Have you got any
delight.
short films coming up that you want to promote? Do you want to promote your... Do you want to promote your podcast?
So my podcast is coming out soon. It's with it's with a friend called Harry, who's a different one. Yes, I have a type. Okay. It's called The Weekly Shop, and it's where we go through the containers. No, it's where we go through the innards of someone's shopping trolley in an effort to understand their psyche.
Oh, nice.
That sounds brilliant. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Great concept.
Strong concept. You've got to have a strong
Execution
concept.
is to be confirmed. So yeah, the trailers for that is out, but the episodes are currently in the making. But yeah,
We'll stick a link to the trailer in so people can subscribe to
thank you so
to that.
much.
Yeah,
And if people want to subscribe to your YouTube channel, Anya Mags, is that? It's a good time to keep your YouTube channel alive. This might be the second win that it's been.
Would you mind if we put this Zoom up on your YouTube channel? This is your triumphant. The unedited Zoom of this chat is going to be your triumphant return to YouTube. It's going to be an hour and a half long. And it's going to be full of really incriminating stuff that we've cut out of the actual podcast. We're all going to come out of it badly.
That's for the detectives to find.
Exactly. We've given them none of the clues. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast. And, good luck.
Thank you.
From the sorting out your beef.
Well, there you go.
There it was. It was really fun.
Absolutely loved that.
Anya's brilliant. We had a really, really fun time with her. And if you enjoyed Anya and you want to hear more, then get yourself over to our Patreon, because over on our Patreon we have got extra bonus beefs with some of our recent guests. We've got a brilliant one with Anya that we did. We've just finished recording it now. It was really, really fun. We've got one with Kerry. We've got, in fact, just get over there, because we've got loads of ones that we've done on our own. They're all brilliant. Plus, of course, you get the Flatshare lockdowns as well, which are all there available for $5 and above. And
yes, and
plenty of extra stuff.
I'll tell you something about I'll tell you something about the Flat Slam lockdown episodes. They really grated on me at first. I just couldn't get on board with them. But actually, no, we've done a few of them. I actually quite like them.
You know what?
Maybe I've just grown up a bit.
The pressure to fake laugh was overwhelming there, Tom.
Yeah.
But I think I managed it.
For a long time, Tom and Matthew forced me to be in them, and it was excruciating.
Yeah.
But eventually I went along with it.
When you say Tom and Matthew forced me to be in them, you mean the episodes. Can we just clarify that here? I don't want Jacob sending us an email in a couple of years' time and going, do you remember what Clarky said? But yeah, Pappy's, patreon.com/Pappy's Flat Show. There's a link in the show notes. There's also obviously a link to our next live show with Tom and Susie on the 25th of March. I'm sure we'll probably put a link into. Let's put in a link to Anya's short film, right? Yeah, we'll put it in there. Of course, we will. So details of how to see that will all be in the show notes as well. Yeah, and follow us in all the usual places, and do all the things. Like and subscribe, and leave us a review, and tell your friends about the podcast, and generally, get involved.
And if you're about to leave us a bad review, just leave it 5 or 6 years and then see if you've changed your mind.
Take a leaf out of Jacob's book.
Today's episode was produced, as ever, by Emma Caution.
Caution team.
Cheers, everyone. Bye.
Oh, come in, take a seat, cross my palm with silver, and get ready for today's Patreon Neighborhood Watch roll call. Oh, I'm seeing, yes, I'm looking through the mists of time, and I can see here that this person's a prolific piece of work. Oh, bad news. She stinks. Shelley Quirk. Spooky. Oh. I've got bad news for you. When I look into this crystal ball, you'll be eating a roast dinner in the future. Oh, but when it comes to time to cut the meat, you won't be able to do it. You'll say, I'm unable to carve this.
and you'll have to hand the knives to Chris Jarvis.
Ooh. Well, he does a terrible job.
He'll make an absolute pig's ear of that turkey. Merry Christmas.
Too thick, Chris.
As I gaze into the crystal ball, I have grave news for you. Your best friend is not a real person. He's a robot man. It's Wesley Robertson.
Were you rhyming with person or robot man?
Robot man, but
yes, robot man.
We were there and then we went away from it, really, and came back again. I'm looking now, and you've got this very thick line that goes all the way along it. But enough about that. Give me your hand. Oh, bad news. You're going to fall down a well. And that well's going to be full of shit. And in it will also be Chris Bell. So there's a silver lining.
Chris Bell is a good bloke. At least you'll have some company down in the shit well.
You're not alone.
Let me tell you.
All this shit, Chris.
I'll never tell, for I am Chris Bell.
I feel unwell.
It's another gift, a real gift, Chris Bell. If only we could luxuriate in Chris Bell's name a little longer, but no, we have to move on to the other Patreons. Reading your tea leaves, I can tell that very soon you're going to need to have a piss. Maybe it's because you drank the tea, or maybe it's because you were cursed by Chris.
Terrible news. You thought you were best friends with the lead singer of U2, Bono. But
he is a robot man.
You take off his glasses, you'll see he's a robot man called Jono.
Terrible news. You thought you were watching a reunion of the Smiths, but wait a minute, that robot man's got a quiff. It's actually a hologram robot man powered by Matt Smith.
Terrible news. As I read your tarot cards, I can see that your name is Charlie Moore. Not normally what tarot cards do, but this time they told me your name, Charlie Moore.
Oh dear, terrible news. The woman you love is actually a robot man. It's Kerry Wilkinson.
Kerry Wilkinson is a robot man, yes.
Terrible news. I haven't got any terrible news to give you. No. That's right. You're going to live a happy life. Oh no, sorry.
News.
Wait a minute. No. I forgot to take a proper look. That thing there means you're crap and going to die. Unlucky, Tim Cook.
You're crap and going to die. Have you heard the rumour? You're crap and going to die.
What does that tarot card mean again?
What's a roller coaster?
This one, the moon. It means you're crap and you're going to die.
Oh, you're crap, and you're going to die. Right.
Words to live by.
I mean, it's sort of true of all of us, really, isn't it? In our own way.
The human race.
Listen up, everybody. You're crap, and you're going to die.
Rudy.
Let me tell you now. I'm looking at your tarot cards. We'll put that one aside. That means you're crap and you're going to die. That's a standard. You always get that one. Put that one. You can keep that one. Actually, I've got plenty of them. I give them out to all of my customers. They're my business card, actually. If any of your friends want to use my services, there you go. Just go to yourcrap.blogspot.com. All right, now here
Business isn't great, to be honest.
I really should. I should change the URL to "You are all going to hell." You are all crap and going to die. Okay, right.
Welcome to Crap's last tape.
A very highbrow joke from Clarky there. Right, everybody. You are crap. You are going to die. And you are going to be hung upon a peg. And that goes for all of you, especially you, Meg. Brackets Thompson.
Oh, terrible news. You're crap and you're going to die. But how will you die? In the worst way, at the hands of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh, the worst way.
I'm so sorry to tell you that, Gary Ellard Thurtle.
Oh, come in and crack open a fortune cookie. Let me see what this... I can't quite make it out in this light. But I think it means that you are going to be... someone's going to drop a large bell on your head, and it will be sore.
Right. Now
enjoy your egg fried rice, Samantha Belshaw.
Oh, Samantha Belshaw. Now come in here, and I've got one of those paper things you do with your fingers that, you know, that goes like that. Like, what are they called?
Oh, pick a number.
The pick a number, pick a colour. One of those ones.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So go on, pick a number.
Crap.
Crap. All right. C-R-A-P. Now pick a colour.
You're going to die.
Yeah. You are going to die. Oh, I can tell you your fortune now. You're going to buy some trousers. You're going to go commando. It's going to be extremely uncomfortable and scratchy because the trousers are made of purest hemp.
Chafed to death?
Chafed to death until there's nothing but nubs below.
What?
That's right. Death by hemp for Sid Ilsley Kemp.
Oh,
you crap, mate.
My poor old nubs are crap.
You crap, nubs, you crap.
Oh, dear. I've seen it in the stars. You're going to die at the hands of a robot man.
Oh, yes. I've forgotten about the robot man.
The robot man is coming.
It ain't so, Mark Atherton.
Ask not who the robot man comes for. He comes for thee.
We're all lying in the gutter. Some of us are looking up at the robot man.
That concludes
today's Patreon Neighborhood Watch roll call. Oh, and P.S. You're crap and you're going to die.
Oh.
And I'm a robot man.
Die, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Die.
Want the high-stakes stuff? The believe the hype stuff? The criminally good, emotional roller coaster, can't believe what you're seeing stuff? You know, the good stuff. AMC Plus has it all. Obsessed with The Walking Dead? Dive deeper than ever with The Walking Dead Origins, narrated by the cast, before the new season premieres on August 15th. Want to be chilled to the core? Set sail with The North Water, a thrilling Arctic drama starring Jack O'Connell and Colin Farrell. Plus, uncover gripping true crime content ad-free and on demand. Expect the epic with AMC Plus. Sign up today at amcplus.com. AMC Plus, only the good stuff.